What's good, everybody? It is your boy Tony the Savant. Welcome back. I got another one for y'all. Let me get into my intro. Shout out to the BCE, the SCE, my boy Mello, that's the prez. Shout out to my boy Jeezy, that's the manager. Shout out to my baby cousin Hawk. She's been supporting since day one. I love that, and I love you, G. Let's get into the meat and potatoes. I'm very excited to bring this one to y'all because this is something that I think I did covered in the past, definitely. Around the time when the Boston Celtics got eliminated by the Miami Heat. I was definitely rooting for Boston to win it all this year, but, unfortunately, it is what it is. And so a lot of people were speculating where the Boston Celtics going to pay Jaylen Brown, after this season or what was going to happen. I personally feel like the Boston Celtics, they were playing poker. They were trying to hold out to see if something, I'm guessing, say like a Kevin Durant or somebody got on the market. I don't think that anything like a Bradley Beal, nobody really impressed them. Damian Lillard, nobody really impressed them that was on the market right now. So they was kind of in a situation where, let's stick with Jay anyway. But in addition, I'm one of those people that feel like Jaylen Brown has earned the money that he's gotten now. Of course, he's come up short in some games and all that kind of stuff. But overall product, yeah, he's earned his money. He's definitely worked his way to where he is, worked his way up and gotten. I feel like he's earned his money. I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of repetitive. Anyway, so I wanted to use this video to kind of cover what do I think the Boston Celtics go from here. Personally, I know that it's going to be assumed that Jason Tatum is going to get his contract next year. They're going to move forward with these two dudes as their best players on the team. As well, they'll be also riding with Kristaps Porzingis. I know he's under contract for the next 3 years, so they'll definitely have him the next 2 years. And with this team in place, fill out the roster with some guys. I think they definitely got to get a playmaker. They definitely got to get another rebounder, solid glass cleaner, 2K language. But they have to fill out the roster accordingly. And what as this team is constructed with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, the two best players on the team, can they win a championship? Now, me personally, like I said, I've been sold on the Boston Celtics as constructed with these two dudes. I do have my criticisms about Jason Tatum, just because of recent years. But Jason Tatum is a funny guy because some series and definitely some games he looks like the best player in the league. Like you would hate to even think to vote against him. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I just gotta see more from him, man. I gotta see a championship run from him. I am impressed. As a young guy, Jason Tatum was very productive. He was definitely showing flashes of potential to lead this team. He is the unadulterated leader now. You know what I mean? So, for what I'm thinking is that Jason Tatum has to take that step forward and be a better player. Even better than he is right now. And then it's gonna hopefully force Jaylen Brown to take his next step forward as well. There's a lot of criticism going around, in the NBA communities about the highest paid player in the NBA right now can't dribble left. That's one fair criticism with Jaylen Brown. I think that's an easy fix with some work in the off season. But overall, you know what I mean? What I'm saying is that these two are going to be locked in for these next few seasons, granted, health-wise and all that kind of stuff. Like I say, assuming Jason Tatum gets his contract next year, they're both going to have to take a step forward, you know what I mean? Be better versions than what they've already been. And the versions of what they are, I would argue, as young as Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are as well, they've shown, flashes of greatness. You just got to figure out, get past that finish line, get a championship, and that buys you a little bit more time. That buys you. I definitely would say like Joker was getting a lot of criticism in days past, and he still does from the likes of like a Kendrick Perkins, and still some people out there that don't believe in the Joker. I feel like Joker has made me a believer, and then he solidified it all with a championship run. So. My boy JT is in the same boat, but we're talking about Jaylen Brown. Like I say, salute to him. I want to give him his flowers. Jaylen Brown had a career season last year. I know for sure he was averaging 26.5 points. Very consistent. I had his numbers right in front of me, guys. I'm sorry, but nonetheless, he had a career year last year. So I say he definitely earned his money, as far as moving forward. The Boston media is very harsh because I watch a couple of other locals, some guys that cover them. They're very harsh. You think that they'll be excited about this contract and everything as well. I think that a lot of people are, and as far as I'm just giving my speculation when I say this, but immediately I've seen videos from local people that kind of cover the Boston Celtics already saying like they don't think that Jaylen Brown is going to last this contract. They already saying if they don't, it's still championship or bust. If he doesn't win this year, then they'll be ready to ship him out next year. I think that's a fair assessment because Jaylen Brown has spent his entire 7-year career with Boston, so it is a fair. They may have a little bit of a fatigue or may feel like they need to shake it up a little bit. I think they did shake it up with the addition of Joe Mazzulla and moving Marcus Smart, who was one of the institutions on the team. Like, let's just call it what it is. Marcus Smart was there in the beginning, of this whole championship team build. He's been through the Isaiah Thomas era. He's been through the Kyrie Irving, Gordon Hayward era, as well as Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Well, I think that Marcus Smart, losing Marcus Smart was a shakeup, a big shakeup, in the Boston Celtics organization, as well as the addition of Joe Mazzulla, because, we got to see a little bit more from Joe. Joe also had to take that step forward. Granted that, under the circumstances, it is what it is. He has to move forward, and he has to be a better coach. One of the criticisms definitely of the Boston Celtics last year was that they were thoroughly outcoached in the Eastern Conference Finals, and it is what it is. It happens. It was his first year as the Boston Celtics coach, coming in and coaching a team that made it to the NBA Finals. I think he gets a pass, but this year now he has pretty much the two best wings in the NBA as far as a duo goes. I feel like the only one that we can really compare or contrast with is Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are right there with those two dudes. If not better. I think that he definitely has to take the next step forward and utilize these two dudes to their full potential. And the Boston Celtics could bring it on home. I got them as my favorite next year. I hate to sound like a broken record because I had them as my favorite last year. I had them in my favorite in 2022. So this would be my third consecutive year thinking the Boston Celtics are going to be the NBA champions at the end of the year. So I'm hoping I'm right this time. Third time's a charm. My boy JB got his money. Let's see what happens this year. I wanted to cover the numbers because I heard that he was making $69 million his last year. Now, at the end of this contract, Jaylen Brown would be 32 years old, so he'll still be in somewhat of his prime and his productive years. But man, wait, I just had to, because this is the thing. We're assuming Jason Tatum gets his contract next year. The Boston Celtics would go from paying these guys next year alone $65 million, out of their cap space. After that, they'll be going to $87 million. That's a $23 million jump. After that, it's $100 million and up. Jaylen Brown himself will be making $31.8 next year. Then his new contract, his 5-year extension, kicks in at 2024-2025 with $52.4 million. He'll be. When I heard that, man, I got a little flabbergasted because if the dude can't dribble left and he's about to be making $50 million, $15 billion plus, I'm not trying to sound like a hater. I'm not trying to count his pockets, but that's crazy. Anyway, 25-26, he'll be making $56.6 million. 26-27, $60.7. 27-28, $64.9. And then in 28-29, he'll be an unrestricted free agent. He'll be making $69.1, essentially $70 million a year to play basketball. That's crazy numbers. Anyway, that's what I think about it. Like I say, I'm happy and proud of my boy Jaylen Brown getting his bag. What do y'all think? Please leave a like, comment, share. Like, comment, share, comment, all that good stuff. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content on this channel. What y'all think about this Jaylen Brown contract, man? Tell me what y'all think about it. Peace.